She's
Best Uber driver
all you
ever.
cheaters. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you ever need a Lyft or an Uber and you get in my car, be forewarned. If you ever pull this kind of shit that this guy pulled today, you got the same thing coming. Today I picked up a guy. His wife and his kids walked him out to the car, said, "I love you, Daddy," blah, blah, blah. So he gets in, he says hi. He goes, "I added a stop." I said, "I saw that." So we go and we pull up at the stop, and this lady comes out and she's got a little bit of luggage, like a handbag and a tote, a small tote. She gets in and she's like, "I am so glad you finally got away from your damn wife." Okay. So then he kisses her, and it wasn't a "hi, how you doing" kind of kiss. And so he goes, "I changed our drop-off location." I said, "I saw that." I didn't know exactly where it was that they were going at that particular time. I just saw that it had an update. So they continued to talk and this, that, and the other. And she says, "I'm tired of you putting me off. When are you going to leave?" And he said, "I've got some things I've got to take care of. Let's talk about this later, blah, 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 blah." Keep in mind, I was about 5 miles from his house. So understand something. This is my car. I work for myself. I am an independent contractor. If I choose to end your ride, it's my choice. Uber's not going to fire me. Uber's not going to ban me. Uber's not going to get rid of me. If you are doing something crappy in my car, I have the right to handle it however I see fit. Well, things didn't turn out so well for him. I took him back to his house. I drove up and made him and her get out of my car at his home where his wife and his kids were. There was no other way this was going to go on. There is nothing worse than a dog. I don't give a fuck if you're a female or you're a male. Pull some shit like that in my car and you're going to get done like that. Karma's a motherfucker. Be better people. Do better in life. It didn't end well for him today, I'm sure, because both of them had their baggage and both of them were standing in his front yard when I left. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, and I hope you see this, you piece of shit.
Damn right.
Oh my days.
Damn right. Do you know what? I'm one of them people, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't involve myself in other people's business. I let things happen in life as they're meant to happen. My mum always taught me growing up, don't ever get involved or stoop low to somebody else's level because karma naturally will happen to it. But watching that, hell yeah.
You would do the same thing?
No, I wouldn't personally do it, but I've big up her for doing it.
Boy, I mean, look, I can't sit here and be a hypocrite. If my girl did that to me and then the Uber driver ratted her out, I'd pat the Uber driver on the back and be like, "Thank you very much for bringing that to my attention."
It's not her place to get involved, but at the same time, I don't see an issue with what she's done. He had it come in. He needs to sort his shit out.
He probably woke up in the morning and just thought he was going to go bust some nuts, go to work, come back, no one's going to know. This woman flipped his whole life on his head.
Her hearing what he was saying to the other girl of, "Oh, I just got some stuff to sort out." That's what they all say. That is what they all say. And you know what? It's unfair that he's doing what he's doing and then going home to his wife, getting into bed with her, knowing he's been doing what he's doing. He needs to get caught out. Well, he has been. And do you know what? It's true. You're in her car. If that's made her feel uncomfortable, she has every right. Doesn't matter where she drops you off. That's your business. Shouldn't be doing it in the first place. She just got the grenade and just threw it out the window and drove off. And you know what else as well? The other girl in the car knows she's the other woman. When are you going to leave your wife? Huh? Don't be a home wrecker.
It almost sounds too good to be true. Like, not too good to be true, but it sounds fabricated almost.
No, it sounds exactly true and exactly how things happen out there. Trust me. Yeah, 100%.
You reckon she really did it, or she didn't just... Because there's no way of verifying that she actually did that she actually is the hero in this story.
I 100% believe that whole video. From down to a T, from everything she said, the conversation. I think you could see as well, she was not messing about. She looked really angry and she was dead serious.
But people do things on TikTok for clout.
Yeah, but that didn't look like clout to me. That looked genuine. And if it's not genuine, then she needs to go Hollywood and get an acting job, because that looked real to me.
It sounds very Hollywood, that the whole way it plays out sounded very Hollywood.
It is movie style. Like if you've ever seen The Other Woman, it reminds me of that. But this stuff does happen on a day to day. And there is so many men cheating on their girlfriends, wives, partners, and always tell that same bullshit story. Yeah, I'm going to leave her. I just got some stuff to sort out. Okay, but this is about a man and a woman. We don't always need to refer it back to girls.
I'm just saying, you said men, you're very specific. But the only thing that I'm wondering is, she said that they were about 5 miles from his house when he picked up the other girl. Wouldn't he have noticed that they were circling back to his house and been like, hey, what are you doing? Like, are you telling me he was so oblivious to the fact that you drove back to where he dropped off his wife and kids? And also, will the wife and kids just stand outside waiting? Like, the story doesn't make sense to me, because he left and she saw the wife and kids saying bye to him, right? Again, the Hollywood setup, the mum's there with the kids, they're all waving bye to the dad. He gets in the car, he goes to do his villainous thing. The hero driver picks up on this and takes him back, and he didn't notice that he was going back home. And his wife and kids are also waiting on the drive, where she's saying she got out of the car whilst the 2 people in there as well knocked on the door. The wife and kids came out. This guy would have run off with the other girl, right?
No, she didn't say that.
No, but she's saying that she made him get out of the car, right? And,
so the way I envision it is, she's gone and got him and this other woman, and he's probably so oblivious and wrapped up in looking at the new girl that he's not paying attention to the roads. Or he might have just thought maybe she's taken a particular route. Maybe they had to go past it. I don't know. But I think when she's dropped them off and made them get out, I don't know if the kids and mum stand outside. They might be inside the house. But the point is that he is outside the front of his house with this woman now.
But then if she doesn't actually tell her that this guy was cheating on you with this woman, he could just play off as anything, and the wife would have no idea.
That other woman is going to make sure the wife knows. She's going to do anything to win him over, because she doesn't want them to be together anyway.
She wants to separate them.
Yeah, she's probably thinking, now's my time to shine. Yes.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could. It's hard to believe anything on TikTok. If that did happen, then fair enough. He was in the wrong, and if you're going to do villainous things, then you probably shouldn't be doing it in broad daylight, because people can just snitch on you. And I'm not saying you should be doing villainous things, but you kind of put your foot in it with that one. You were playing with fire. And then there's another side of me that just doesn't believe the story. It's too elaborate.
Yeah, people just do this stuff and don't expect to get caught, or they don't think. I find often, and I am going to pinpoint men here, men often just do things and then they don't think about it, and they just suffer the consequences after.
Wait, you're saying that we do things without thinking?
Yeah, men will just do things impulsively without thinking of the consequence, and then just suffer the consequence after.
And what do women do?
Think before they act.
So you guys really think it through before you cheat?
I'm not just talking about cheating here, I'm talking about anything in life.
Okay, so you're saying that men don't use their brains. We just kind of do things.
No.
Then we just see what happens.
Men use their brains, because men are clever people and they know what they're doing. But they often don't think or worry about the consequence. They just take a chance, and then if something goes wrong, just suffer the consequence after. Whereas women are more vigilant as to what can go wrong.
I think it's the other way around. I think that we're logical thinkers, and we plan and we have contingencies in place if things go wrong.
Nah.
We don't wing it in life. You really think that men are the ones that wing it, and women are the ones that have the plan in place?
It's not that they wing it, but they just don't care for what could go wrong, and they just suffer the consequence when it happens.
Could you give me a context to this outside of cheating?
Yeah, I can, but you're going to say women can do this as well, which they can. But for example, a man might go out, have some drinks, and then just get in the car and drive without thinking of the consequence that could happen if something went wrong. I know women can do that as well, but I'm just giving you an example. They could go and drive and then not think about if they got pulled over or something. And then if they did get pulled over and lost their license, they're just going to suffer that consequence and think, yeah, that was a silly mistake. But they weren't bothered about the risk before doing it.
Could you give me an example where men exclusively do something that women don't do?
There's nothing exclusive, because there is women that do a lot of this stuff as well.
But then how can you attribute that to men?
I find it's more so men. Would you agree that it's more men that cheat than women?
No. Where's the data to prove that?
I haven't got data, but I think it's just a known thing that it is more men than women.
No, it's a stereotype. It's basically a meme at this point.
I don't think you could say it's equal.
Well, if I don't have any data to prove it, I can't speak absolutely.
I'm not speaking in absolutes.
So I can't make a comment on that. If we don't know who cheats more, and also what constitutes cheating, are you just talking about physical cheating? Or are you talking about emotional cheating? What exactly are you speaking about? Are you talking about physical touch? Are you talking about investing someone emotionally? Because if you're talking
in a
about
relationship,
in
men are more likely to go and cheat and sleep with someone else.
Let's say that they are. Would you say that in a relationship, women are more likely to go and invest in someone else emotionally?
I don't know. I could agree with the point of if a woman's going to cheat, it would be for that reason. But I don't think that it's more likely to happen.
So you think both men are physically and emotionally cheating more than women?
Men are definitely physically cheating more than women.
Okay, what about emotionally? And you just said you don't speak in absolutes, but you just used the word definitely. So you are.
That's my opinion.
So it's not
I'll be honest with you, that's my opinion,
okay,
though.
That's your
My opinion is that men definitely cheat more than women. My opinion. You can't come at me for an opinion.
Sense. You can't say my opinion is they definitely do. It would just be my opinion is they probably do.
Yeah. However you want to put it.
Right, okay, well,
if
then
we're not going to cling on to specific words here.
Yeah, well, words matter. Like, the definitions matter. Because you're either speaking absolutes or you're speaking subjectively.
Yeah, but like we're saying, I can't give facts because there's no facts. But I think we can all look at our lives that we've lived up to now and what's been around us. How many women do I know that's cheated on their partners? 0. How many men do I know that's cheated on their partners? Absolutely loads. So I'm going by...
You don't know a single woman that's cheated?
I don't know a single woman that's cheated.
Not, how many women do you know?
I know a lot. That's what I'm saying. I don't know a single woman that's cheated. I promise you that as well. But
Are you
men,
being serious
loads.
right now?
I'm being serious.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to think right now if I've ever known a woman that's cheated, but I don't.
Would you?
Because I'd love to know why.
Would you be... Why?
I'd love to know why she specifically cheated.
Okay, but generally people tend to cheat for similar reasons, right?
No, you was just saying that women do it for emotional reasons and men do it for physical reasons.
No, I mean women, like they would cheat for similar reasons.
I don't know.
Right? It's normally emotional, right? It's normally they're looking for some sort of emotional support they're not getting at home.
I don't know because...
Sometimes it's due to... Well, a lot of the time with women it's due to finances.
See, that I've never heard of.
What, them going for the bigger breadwinner? That is almost exclusively...
But not cheating. Wouldn't she just leave the man she's with and then go with someone else?
Do you consider emotional cheating a thing?
Yes.
Right. So would you be willing to entertain the idea that if you can look at men and say they physically cheat more, would you be willing to entertain the idea that women emotionally cheat more?
I guess.
Okay, so then your statistics on who cheats more are kind of all over the place.
Because it's not as common for women to do that.
Says who?
Says me. Because I've just given you my example from my life. I don't know any women that have cheated. That's and I don't know any that have cheated for emotional reasons as well. But I know and have come across many, many, many men who have cheated.
Are you being serious?
If I'm going to look at my friends and my family here, none of them have. I've worked with a lot of people in a lot of different workplaces. No one's ever come up to me and told me a story, yeah, I cheated on my boyfriend.
People don't tend to talk about that.
Women are very open.
Not about that. That's shameful.
Not when you're talking to your friends and stuff.
It is still shameful. Like if your friend came and told you that I cheated on my partner, it's still shameful. They can be open about it, but it's still shameful. People don't generally open up about that.
So you're basically saying that women are better at keeping secrets and lying than men are?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's probably why you think women don't cheat as much, because we get outed a lot and we get demonized for these things.
Yeah,
but
because
women
you lot don't think and you lot just do, and then you get caught out and then you suffer the consequence after of losing a good woman.
Okay, so going back to my point, you guys calculate this and you go and cheat. You give it a nice long thought and it's not an impulsive thing. You actually like, right, I'm going to go for this guy on this day. You get it all set out. The guy's none the wiser.
Probably.
Okay, so you've backtracked.
No, I haven't, because I'm just sticking to my original point of men often just do and suffer the consequences after, whereas women are more...
But you're saying that for all areas of life.
Yeah. And I gave you the driving as an example.
That men are more likely to drive drunk than women.
No, I'm just giving the example outside of cheating that a man might...
Can you give me an example where it's mostly men that do it? There's one thing in life, because the examples you've given so far, I did cheating. Okay, can you give me an example where we can actually pull some sort of data, or we can know that this is something that isn't behind closed doors and we know men indulge in it a bit more?
I can't give you something with data because I'm giving you my opinion.
Okay, so as long as we establish that this is not fact, this is just opinion.
This is whole opinion based. This is my opinion on what I think of men, or maybe just the men I've encountered in my life.
Yeah, I was going to say
personal experience.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been around cheaters and that has shaped your worldview. But I'm telling you, women do a lot of cheating as well.
I can believe that. I can absolutely 100% believe that. Okay. I just think men cheat more.
Do you think that, or do you just want that to be a reality?
No, I genuinely think and believe that. And I've given you my reasonings why.
Would you say a woman's cheating if she is dating one guy, but she's got bare guys in her DMs and she's entertaining all of them?
If she's dating him, but she's not in a relationship.
Oh, in a relationship then?
If they're boyfriend and girlfriend and she's entertaining other guys, yeah, that's cheating. Men not thinking and just suffering consequences after.
Yeah, I think that's a very gross generalization of men. It doesn't make sense if you just look at the way our society is set up. But if you're just talking exclusively about cheating, then fine. But if you're talking about men in general, and even the cheating thing, I would push back on it. But just to move away from it, if you're talking about men in general not thinking before they do, that just isn't true. And there's tons of examples to point to why.
It's not that they don't think, but men just don't really care.
Well, that's completely
enough.
Different.
They'll just do something and suffer the consequences after. And that's it. Men will risk everything.
Yeah, we are risk takers.
Yeah,
that's how things move forward. You take risks.
Yeah, and then sometimes it doesn't go right and you just suffer the consequence after, whereas women are a bit more careful with decisions they make because they think through the consequence that could potentially come of a situation.
And you're talking about this in all areas of life?
Most aspects, yeah. Like a woman might get a firework and go to light it in her hand and be like, do you know what? This firework can explode and I'm not going to have a hand. Whereas a man will be like, oh yeah, firework, light it, goes, boom, your hand's gone. Oh shit, I've not got a hand anymore.
What kind of morons have you been hanging around with?
Just giving an example.
That is a terrible example.
I'm just giving an example.
No, because you're basically saying we're stupid.
No.
That is a stupid thing to do.
You're not stupid, but you're just acting out of impulse. You're just like, you're taking that risk. You don't think of what consequence could come, or you don't expect the consequence to happen. You just do it and then suffer the consequence after. And I think the driving thing is a really good example, because there's a lot of people who might smoke drugs when driving or drink alcohol and then drive without expecting to get caught. And then when they get caught and lose their license, just have to suffer the consequence now.
Yeah, but the reason that there might be more men that are drink driving isn't necessarily because there isn't a lot of women doing it. It's because the road is mostly made up of men. So the amount of accidents that are caused are going to be men, because we make up most of the drivers on the road.
Is that a fact?
That is a fact. There's actually data on that. Most
really?
people that drive are men. Most people that drive long distance are men.
But this is the point I'm making, Michael. I'm not saying that women don't do it. I'm using these as examples. Because I told you it's most things in life.
Yeah, but then they're very inaccurate generalizations about a whole sex of people.
I told you it's my opinion.
Okay, but you should be willing to move your opinion if you're proved otherwise.
I don't feel like I'm proved otherwise.
I'm not saying that I've proved you otherwise in this. I'm just saying that your examples are...
If someone wants to prove me otherwise, please put it in the comments and then I'll maybe move my opinion. But for now, I'm keeping it where it is.
Your opinion is fixated on cheating. And I'm saying to you that if you put it to all areas of life, to say that men don't think before they act and they just kind of see what happens, we wouldn't live in the society we do. Everything that we have around is because of hard-working and smart men that thought before they did anything. Everything around you, this very room that we're in, was built by who?
Do you think it's true that women live longer than men?
Yeah, but again, because we're just doing more things than you. We do take more risks inherently. We work in more dangerous jobs. We drive on the road for longer than you. We do everything basically more than you. So we are going to be in line to be killed off by one of these things more so than the person that is sitting at home or not taking part in dangerous activity.
I have a video that I want to show you. Okay.
Well, you're going to find some stupid guy to prove your point.
Men just do dumb shit. And this is why women live longer than men.
No, but you might live longer than men on average for a wide range of things. but it's not because we're dumb. Like majority of roofers.
But I'm not calling men dumb.
No, but even if we're risk takers or we work in dangerous environments, so a lot of, like, you know how many roofers die? Women are not generally roofers.
I know that.
A roofer's wife will probably live longer than a roofer. A fireman's wife is going to live longer than a fireman. The person that built this room was a man. Could have been killed at any point building this room.
I think that you're going on to different segments of this broad conversation.
But you said that
because of I think you're just misunderstanding my point.
No, you said the comment you just made just now is, why do you guys live longer? And I'm giving you multiple reasons for why you do.
Okay.
Right? If we drive on the road for longer than you, and we are generally on the road more than you, if we work in more dangerous jobs, if we're in situations where we're forced to take more risks, for example, in violent encounters, the man takes the lead. In high pressure, high risk situations, women tend to take a back foot and men step up.
Yeah.
Those are things that we encounter in this area, especially of how dangerous this place is. If something happened right now, right, because we're in your back, who's going to that door to fight? Because I will not be able to look your mum in the face and say Sabi defended me. Right?
I get it. I agree.
And a lot of people will say, oh, you're using an extreme example. It's not an extreme example in this area by any stretch of the imagination. At any point, shit can pop off in this area. Yeah. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
Right. So if you were to live a longer life than me, more than likely it's because of some dumb shit that happened in this area. Not because I was doing something dumb. I wouldn't say that it's always the case. Like, men definitely do indulge in stupid things. Like when you go on YouTube and you look at a lot of these prank videos and whatnot, a lot of them are dudes doing crazy shit. But my point is that we just do more of everything. So we're more likely to run the chance of having some dumb shit happen to us, and we're also more likely to run the chance of being successful at things just because we're doing more things in general. So to say that men don't really think and they kind of just do, and that's less so for women, I could make a very sexist remark and say that maybe you're not forced to think because you're not doing anything. But that wouldn't be a fair thing to say because it's a gross generalization.
It's irrelevant. Yeah, it's irrelevant. I just think you're really triggered by what I've said.
That's not that I'm triggered. I'm not triggered. I'm trying to show you a different perspective. As a guy who, as you know, I've been in dangerous situations all my life and I live in a dangerous area. You live close to where I am, so you know what it's like around here. You've seen the kinds of people that I've grown up with and the kinds of jobs that I've been involved in. So the risk of me not coming home is much higher than it would be for you. Right? We can both agree on that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to be in high risk situations. It is what it is.
I don't know.
I'm just saying in general, because of the kind of work that men tend to do, they're always going to be at higher risk of dying over women.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm going to stick with what I said as well. My opinion's not changed.
All right, we've digressed. We'll have a proper discussion about this. I don't think the Uber driver's in the wrong. The guy's in the wrong for cheating. It doesn't even matter anymore. But no one's probably watching this video anymore anyway.
It's just funny because you was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah, and it's the longest one. It's a 30-minute video.
Is it actually?
Yeah.